You know, I used to think kids reading more books was a good thing, but now, not so sure. With the advent of AI, the state of children's books is looking pretty grim. The average quality is so low now that watching a random TikTok or YouTube video might actually be better for a child's mental development than reading a random book. AI has just made it too damn easy to crank out low quality slop. You know, it's not like the good old days before AI when there was at least a small barrier to entry. Back then, you had to come up with a book title yourself, and you had to actually type the text inside the book yourself. And if you wanted illustrations, you had to actually drag and drop multiple pieces of visually inconsistent clip art into one terrible picture. That's what it took to make stuff like The Kids Book for Thanksgiving American Stories and Pills from Tree. Yes, it was trash, but it was bespoke trash. It took a little bit of time and effort to make. But now we have AI, which is like this robot that turbo crafts books out at an unprecedented rate. And while I think mass-produced slop flooding the children's book market is a terrible thing, I have to admit the fact that there are parents buying this garbage for their kids only to find out how horrifyingly bad it is kind of funny. So let's dive into it. Gordon Ramsay, children's storybook, incredible biography of a British celebrity chef and restaurateur, animated with illustrations to inspire kids who dared to dream. This is like how Amazon product titles are extremely long from trying to cram as many keywords as they can into it. Gordon Ramsay, children's storybook, biography, inspirational and informative, colorful, pictures and words, easy to read text, non-toxic for reading on couch or train or park bench, classic book smell. Once upon a time in a small town, there was a boy named Gordon Ramsay. Hey, here's a kitchen nightmare for you. Gordon had a dream, but fate had a different plan, turning him into the world's greatest chef. I had to give up on my dream and become the world's greatest chef instead. I wanted to be an accountant. Years passed and Gordon grew up. He decided to chase his dreams and become a chef. But the haunted floating pot had other plans for Gordon. One piping hot plate of Christmas ornaments coming up! Not many people know that one of the keys to Gordon Ramsay's success is that at the end of every workday, he sets his restaurant on fire. The food and the restaurant are made from scratch every day. Now, I'm noticing some issues with the way Gordon runs his restaurant here, like that his staff appears to be made up entirely of children, and that's honestly just the tip of the iceberg. I'm getting the feeling Gordon Ramsay probably doesn't promote based on merit. Nevertheless, his inspirational story from humble beginnings shows us that to succeed in the restaurant world, you don't need to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Especially if you're willing to put Gordon Ramsay's silver spoon in your mouth. This is the video, folks. If you were expecting a thoughtful deep dive into the AI book industry, this ain't it. There's a whole unauthorized series of books about Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast's Safari Adventure, Mr. Beast's Cosmic Odyssey, Mr. Beast's Christmas Adventure, Mr. Beast's Eggstravaganza, Sweet Dreams, Mr. Beast's Love Tale. For having such a heavy focus on Mr. Beast, he's curiously absent from some of these covers, and this particular author decided to make these books poetry for some reason. In a galaxy far where stars do gleam, lived Mr. Beast with a heart so keen. Okay, doesn't exactly rhyme, but I'll allow it. He hopped aboard the joyful Voyager to spread joy and kindness, be the purveyor. I will not allow it. Voyager and purveyor? Those don't rhyme. You'd have to bend English pronunciation to its limits to make those rhyme. Purveyor, Voyager. The NASA Voyager launched in 1977. No, doesn't work. Why try to style the book like a poem when the AI can't create one actual rhyme on the first page? And dude, Joyful Voyager is a made-up name. You could call the ship anything. You could have called it the Joyful Ship, and then you have 50 words that rhyme with ship. Instead, you chose Voyager, a word that doesn't rhyme with anything. In a land so sweet, where kindness did meet, lived Mr. Beast with a heart so neat. Oh, I love neat hearts. What does it mean for a land to be sweet, or for kindness to meet? This poem is kind of the inverse of the previous one. The previous one doesn't rhyme, but it makes sense, and this one does rhyme, but it makes no sense. Mr. Beast and the dogs. Uh-oh, I think we might have an imposter on our hands. The Mr. Beast invasion. Not all heroes wear capes. Some just wear big fluffy fur coats. Not a thing Mr. Beast is known for. One day, Mr. Beast's little brown dog was wandering around the city of Los Angeles and saw a shiny but rotting Beast burger. Now, any ordinary dog would eat the burger and be on its way, but not this dog, not this dog at all. This dog ate the weird rotten burger and then saw a whole trail of burgers. If that doesn't convince you to spend $20, I don't know what will. Now, if you're looking for a more biographical book about Mr. Beast or Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast Ultimate YouTube Adventure has got got you covered. Ever wondered how Mr. Beast became the biggest YouTuber in the world? Well, to learn that, we have to go back to the first video that started it all. One sunny morning, as Jimmy skipped through the enchanted forest, a shimmering portal caught his eye. Curiosity sparked within him and he couldn't resist stepping through. As Jimmy emerged from the portal, he found himself in a breathtaking land filled with talking animals, mischievous fairies, and wise old wizards. Now there's just a few embellishments here compared to the real story of Mr. Beast, where he actually started off by uploading videos of him playing Minecraft and counting to 100,000.
65,025, 65,026, 65,027.
Jeff Bezos. I think the person who made this typed child Jeff Bezos Amazon into an AI art generator, and it misunderstood the meaning of Amazon, and then they decided to just leave it because writing a second prompt would require more than the absolute bare minimum effort. Jeff's mom and dad always told him, "You can be anything you want to be if you work hard and dream big." And little Jeff said, "One day I'll have a store that sells books where the left side of the book is just as big as the right side." This book is weirdly heavy on the space and rockets theme, as if that's one of Jeff Bezos' life-defining accomplishments, but all he did was pay someone to take him into space. Hey, if the Amazon rainforest ever catches on fire, I think I know how it started. With some books, I can't tell if the pictures are supposed to be real photographs or are just going for a very realistic art style, but either way, it's a bad idea because it just makes the visual oddities stand out more. Damn, this guy should be a goalkeeper with limbs that long. He could just stand in front of the goal with his limbs outstretched. He'd barely even have to move. Whimsical Wonders from Z to A. This book helps kids learn all the letters of the alphabet, like E, L, and EL. Jellyfish juggled juicy jellies joyfully. And in this picture, 0 jellyfish. Oh, I'm sorry, it's jellyfish. Oh, nice, we got a little music party going on this page. Yeah, crank up the crowd on that X-ray, my dudes. And hit me with some of that sweet PJ, PR, and XS. Hey, what are you?
I don't know!
Hey! How are you supposed to play this instrument? Like the body is a block and the armpit is a piano, I guess? I wish this was a sound book, and if you push the button for this page, it would just make some nightmare sound. Nearly every page is complete garbage. I couldn't show this to my kids, and this book is dedicated to the author's child, because what better way to celebrate your child's life than with low-effort garbage that makes people angry? The Witch Who Has Fear of Flying, from the best author, Rohit Kumar, and the worst illustrator, Chandrasekhar Verma. Finally, the collaboration we've all been waiting for. This book is about young Willa the Witch learning how to fly.
No, Willa, you're doing it all wrong. Don't sit on the broom, stick it up your butt, like us. Then push both your eyeballs to one side of your face and leap into the air and shout, "With 4 legs, anything is possible!"
And hey, if you like this book, be sure to also check out The Witch Who Lost Her Broom. Taste the alphabet. No thanks. I think this hamburger is dying. Yes, waiter, I'll have the jelly bean spaghetti with a side of basketball, please. Why is everything leaking? This would be terrifying to see raining down on you from the sky. Cloudy with a chance of hot dog burger. I think this is what the people in the bird box saw in the sky that made them go crazy. Timmy's Time Travel. Not Timmy's Time Travel Adventure or Machine, just Timmy's Time Travel. Yeah. Every night, Timmy likes to fall asleep reading his favorite book, Timmy, while listening to the soothing sound of 30 clocks ticking. It doesn't seem like Timmy is interested in history or even time travel so much as he's just interested in clocks. He time travels back to dinosaur times and he's like, "Yeah, this place is boring. There are no clocks." I thought the front cover would be the most visually busy image in the book, but boy was I wrong. And no, you're not having an aneurysm. That's how it actually looks. There are 3,000 things in this picture and maybe 15 of them are identifiable things that you might actually find in the real world. I defy you to identify one single thing in this portion of the image besides the giant clock. I think the text prompt for this AI art was made by the person throwing their keyboard down a flight of stairs. Jesus, a journey of love and light. maybe a bit too much light because it seems to be melting off the faces of everyone around him. Maybe it's like Ark of the Covenant rules. If you look directly at Jesus, your flesh melts off your body. Hey, I want to say a quick thank you to everyone for 30,000 subscribers. And I want to thank YouTube for sending me this extremely real 30,000 subscribers award. This clubhouse is getting packed. And hey, if you want to be part of the coolest clubhouse on YouTube, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and you're in. And once you do that, check out this other free, yes, free YouTube video. I would also have a fear of flying if these people were in the air.